Oh, now this is going to be interesting. I'm betting this is going to result, I bet, and they should, the majority of the majority of Oregon by territory is Republican. It's one of these places with very, very heavily populated blue dots. The blue dots are, of course, now the places that are having tremendous problems with property crime and wide varieties of new crime. Well, something that I want to make sure to do a follow-up on. Oregon now no longer does any form of auto registration to vote. And I'm thinking that, and it's because of the mistakes made. People who should not have been automatically put on voter rolls have been, and now what needs to happen is there needs to be Republican Party lawsuits that Oregon open up, the Secretary of State opens up its books, or there's some kind of legal negotiations over, we're going to sue you for this on these grounds unless you do these things. And Oregon, it will have to yield inevitably because it has a system that should not have holes in it. This is supposed to be the exemplary for mail-in ballots, the example of how it's done correctly. And one of the main reasons is because there was enough people out in the rural areas that there were people who, were totally well-meaning Republican people who were like, okay, it does help me not have to drive into town. But it was mostly a hippie thing, these former hippies who moved here. And then a lot of people who, were just people that Oregon has a lot of people who are just extremely, we just like to enjoy life kind of people. So I could understand how this was an art. And then also there's a lot of people here who if you sell them the monorail, that's all they're about. Monorail, oh my gosh, monorail. It's like there really are. It's that Simpsons episode was not an overstatement. That's why the environmental movement is going to never exactly die. Anti-racism, being a dumbass white commie loser, will never die because some of those people will still be here in Oregon. No, it was fucking so cool. It was so great, bro. It's like Trey Anastasio, dude. People didn't understand his brilliance, and so, and nobody understands jam bands were the best thing that ever happened in human music, that's this part. That's this part of the country. So, but now the automatic voter registration is being canceled because, of course, these are also this is a state where they're definitely trafficking illegals and quote unquote refugees. I think through the churches, specific ones. First church of a certain town near Bethlehem, I suppose. Anyway, so I'll talk to you guys later.